Today on the channel, we return to one of my favorite eras of wrestling. We return to the Ruthless Aggression era with The Rock on Way I Got It Figured.
The Way I Got It Figured.
What's up, figure fans? Way I Got It Figured. Back with another WWE Elite collection review. This time, we're looking at Hollywood Rock. He's part of like the third or fourth wave of the Ruthless Aggression era. I picked him up at Walmart. Of course, he's a Walmart exclusive. And this is one of my favorite versions of The Rock. This version of The Rock faced Stone Cold Steve Austin at WrestleMania 19, way back in 2003. And then he was still Hollywood Rock when he faced off against Goldberg the next month at Backlash. He won the first match, lost the second match. But the version of the Hollywood Rock version is, you know, one of my favorite versions of The Rock. And definitely wanted to get him. In addition, as a small bonus, I have the WrestleMania 40 Rock, which we're going to use as a body for in-ring Hollywood Rock, so that he can face off against Stone Cold Steve Austin. So we're gonna do that. But the subject of the review is definitely Hollywood Rock, and we're gonna get into it as we normally do, looking at the packaging, get the figure out, pose him around a little bit, do some comparisons with Stone Cold Steve Austin, and get you out of here with some final thoughts. So like I said, Hollywood Rock, one of my favorite versions of The Rock. And we recently got Hollywood Rock back with the build up to WrestleMania 40 with Cody Rhodes, where now he's the final boss. But he definitely, you know, performed another Rock concert as part of the gimmick of Hollywood Rock. And it was pretty cool time. The Rock made wrestling cool again. And apparently he'll be around a little bit more often. Obviously not always. Rock's a busy guy. But, you know, I'll be around to at least watch the promos and stuff when he does return. So starting off with the packaging, you got Hollywood Rock with some extra hands. His Willie Nelson signed guitar, at least that's the one I'm going with. And he's got a microphone. Inside you see he's got some sunglasses on. Ruthless Aggression. Nice portrait of The Rock on the side. The Rock WWE Elite. On the back you've got the tail of the tape and the cross cell. So The Rock hails from Miami, Florida. 6'5" in height, 260 in weight. Finisher is The Rock Bottom. Career highlights: WWE Champion, Intercontinental Champion, World Tag Team Champion. The People's Champ took a short break from Hollywood to come back to WWE and entertain the people with an iconic Rock concert. So there you go. Oh, I guess I should go over the cross sell. So in this wave, you had The Rock, The Miz, and MVP. And I never saw any of these guys in the store. In fact, a buddy of mine found The Rock for me at Walmart and grabbed him for me. So I never saw any of this wave in the store. They're very hard to come by, especially the characters that you want the most. Very, very difficult to get. But that's the cross sell. So with that, we're going to get The Rock out and see what we can see. All right, so we got The Rock out of the package. the most electrifying man in sports entertainment, with his guitar and microphone in hands. So first thing we'll do is relieve him of his guitar. Check it out. So, you know, I'm sure it's come with other figures. I don't have any figures that came with a guitar. And it does have some sort of breakaway action, but because I only occasionally collect wrestling figures and don't have any breakaway, here we go. So you can break away the guitar by pulling on that. Push it back in. So you got that. Of course, you got your microphone. What would the Rock be without a microphone? And then you got two gripping hands. So it doesn't come with any fists. If you have other Rocks, you'll have to take them off and swap them out for the Hollywood Rock. He did get into a couple of fisticuffs with Stone Cold Steve Austin before WrestleMania. And our fist can be provided by WrestleMania 40 Rock. So we can do that a little bit later. Taking a look at the Rock. He's got on his vest. And this is actually the first time he showed up in WWE with the Samoan tattoo. Previous to that, he didn't have it. And he's got his rather large Brahma Bull buckle, leather vest. So you got that. And looking at the portrait, of course, he's smiling, and he's got the sunglasses on, and they seem to stay on pretty good. Haven't taken them off yet, and they were, you know, sort of tied down to his head. But this is the only Rock where he has the very light haircut, and you need the head to be able to create this Rock. So, you know, in a world where I could have found these, I probably would have bought two. One so I could keep them like this, and the second one for the ring attire. As I'm sure anybody watching this video knows, it's a big deal to customize your wrestlers to get certain looks that they, you know, won't necessarily provide in the form of a retail figure. So there you go. So I'm going to go ahead and take the sunglasses off. You see the Rock with a smile on his face. It's pretty decent likeness. Sunglasses back on. And they stay on pretty good. So you have that. And of course you have your typical WWE Elite articulation. So you got your ab crunch, your arms, and of course he has pinless arms, which we should mention because a lot of the figures are transitioning to having pinless arms in WWE Elite. He has pinned legs because they just reused the legs from something else. But yeah, pretty good likeness, Hollywood Rock. So there you go. I've gone over the basic figure. So next what I'm going to do is get out WrestleMania 40 Rock, use it as a comparison, of course, and then do some head swapping, and then we'll get on to the next part. All right, so we've got WrestleMania 40 Rock out of the package. He's not getting a review, so, you know, it is what it is. And weirdly enough, probably because of the legs, he's a little bit taller than Hollywood Rock, because they just reused the legs from other suited bodies. But the whole point of it is, this is, you know, kind of similar to the Rock at the time, even though I think it said the Rock on his trunks instead of a giant Brahma bull, but close enough for government work. And, you know, this Rock is pretty cool. This is WrestleMania 27 Rock. And I do have the Ultimate Edition figure, which probably would work just as well, but at the same time, I probably don't want to use an Ultimate Edition figure. And I got this figure for like 12 bucks from Walmart. It was a Walmart in my area that was like closing down. So since it was a discount, I got it. So what we're gonna do is pop the head off the Hollywood Rock. Swap it. And he did not have the sunglasses on, you know, when he was in ring attire. So there you go. And yeah, looks, you know, looks fine. So, got your Hollywood Rock. And he can face off against one more round Stone Cold Steve Austin. And the Rock is just a bit taller than Austin, so that's pretty appropriate too. And when it comes to, you know, wrestling figures, that's kind of how it is for me. You know, it's all very time bound into when I was watching it. Not to say I have no interest in things outside of my era, but you know, that's the era you have the most attachment to. So there you go. In-ring attire. WrestleMania 19 Rock. With Stone Cold Steve Austin. And then we'll go ahead and put Hollywood Rock's head back on his own body. And because I don't have the correct t-shirt, we'll bring in WrestleMania 38 Stone Cold Steve Austin. When they worked that program, a lot of their interactions were, you know, in Stone Cold wasn't in ring gear for most of it. He was, you know, wearing his civilian clothes with his t-shirt. And Stone Cold even confiscated The Rock's guitar and broke it. I can't swap hands rather, with Stone Cold, because this is a defining moment. This is like an extra defining moment Stone Cold Steve Austin that I have. And even though it's a WWE Elite figure, it's like before you could just take the hands off. In fact, it'd probably be more appropriate to use another Stone Cold Steve Austin with his jorts and his knee braces. Reason being, this one has the tape on his arms, and the only time he did that was when he had the match with Kevin Owens at WrestleMania 38. But just for the purposes of this video, it's kind of the best comparison I can kind of make at the moment. Austin give Rock the stunner. Kind of do one of those, and hey, works out pretty good. So that's about all I got for this one. I think it's safe to move on to final thoughts. Final thoughts on WWE Elite Collection, Ruthless Aggression, Hollywood Rock. I was, very enamored to get this figure. Waited a long time for it. Couldn't find it myself. A buddy got it for me, so I ended up with it. That's not the last wrestling figure that you're going to see me say that about. Here in the next month or so. But this was one that I wanted to get because it was very, very special time in wrestling for me. Final match of Stone Cold Steve Austin and that whole build-up. And, yeah, my other guy is The Rock. So, if you look at the playlist, you already know it's mostly Rock and Stone Cold figures. A couple of, like a Hulk Hogan and Brock Lesnar here or there, but it's mostly The Rock or Stone Cold Steve Austin. Those are my guys. And I like the figure. I'm very happy with them. I don't know if I would give them a 10, but I'll give them a 9. First of all, even amongst WWE Elites, this is the first time they've done this version. And so, I'll give them that. And it's a very unique look for The Rock. Most of the figures that they give The Rock, most of them, and he gets a lot of figures, most of them look like this to some degree. The Ultimate Edition doesn't have, the goatee. This is like around the roadblock time. G.I. Joe. So, he was wearing a goatee. But yeah, I'm going to give him a 9, way I got a figure rank. So that's going to do it for this one. I know not too many people watch the videos I do for wrestling figures, but, I like to diversify the content. I do like, I do like wrestling figures, even though I don't get very many of them. And I wanted to give The Rock video. So that's going to do it for this one. Till we have another video. Until next time, everybody stay safe. See you on the flip side. Peace.
The way I got it figured.